Welcome back. So I have launched the application right here, and now you can go into, on the Mac of course it's port 5000, but you can go into localhost, port something something. It will probably just start it up in another port on the Windows, so don't worry about that. /API to explain this is a REST API, and then /customers. We already talked about all of this, but you need to get the mindset that when it says /customers, then it's stuff in the customer's controller, right? So just start getting that mindset that when we're talking about a specific path, we know what controller we're talking about, right? So we also know that the default one is the get all request, and right now it's empty because we don't have any customers, because we have an empty database. It's in memory and it's empty right now. So the first thing we need to do is jump into Postman and create our first customer. Yay! And how do we do that? Well, let's try and find Postman. So here's Postman, and again now I'm on the Mac instead of the Windows machine, and I'm just going to put in localhost. Let's just grab this one. Localhost 5000, yada yada yada, /API /customers. Again, now we're just doing the GET request, which is also the default one for the browser. Customer, there we go, and we'll get nothing back. But remember, now we switch now from the default GET request into a POST request, and the body pops up. And that means now we can start jumping into raw and actually start sending some JSON data to the backend. We talked about this, so that should also make perfect sense. Now adding the curly brackets, and that's different on the Mac than on the Windows machine, so I just need to find my keys. There it is. So now we added some curly brackets, and in here we need to now put in, oh that's just annoying, let me just zoom out again. Now I have to put in the different values. So for my customer it's first name, like this, and we'll put in John for the first name. I'll do a comma. I'll put in the last name. Remember, these need to be the same as your properties inside a customer BO or a video or whatever you're working with. That'll be Bill, son. Okay, that was very bad. The address will be John Street. Man, I suck at improvising. Remember, there's no ID. You can't put in an ID because it'll just be ignored anyway when we create this guy. We shouldn't use the ID. We have to let the database create the ID. So is this enough? I think I've pretty much done everything I need. It's a POST request. It's pointing to the right API. It's put in an actual user right here. It's as raw JSON in the body. And by the way, this little guy we put in right here is actually a header, right? So it added a content type of application JSON, just meaning that what I'm sending to you, again in the envelope, it actually says directly in there, you're getting JSON from me, so that the server knows how to pass this data. Okay, let's try and do a send here and see if something happens. We got a 200 bug. That's good. So we'll switch back to a GET request and we'll try and do another send right here. We just got back our first customer. Yay, we got access. We got access. Okay, let's try and create another customer. So I'm going back to the POST request. I'm going in here and now let's make Johnny Wilkinson, Snurf Street, and I'm going to do another post here, and I'm going back to the GET request, and I'm going to do a send again. I got 2 customers in my database, yay! But remember, as soon as you shut this down, because we're in a in-memory database, it's all gone. So we're going to switch to actually using some more data in there for right now, but now you guys actually, we just proved that the get and get all, no actually we didn't test the get. Let's try the get with a single customer. I'll do a slash here and I'll put a 1 for ID, ID1. That should actually, notice this, when I put in 1 here, that should now return this customer, John. So let's try and see if John comes back. And there we go, everything is working. We got access all the way down to the database and back in 3 simple videos. See you next time.